any of that, what we may have to do in a little bit is test like if I go on YouTube, can I still hear you typing?
Yeah, I don't think it works. Oh, shit. We are back with you live, 8:40 and counting. Thank you to the fan down there who let us know that we were on mute. We are off mute and back with you. If you missed the call earlier, Zach Hoffman, with his team leading 24th goal and 41st point of the year, has the Mavericks up one over halfway through period one. The puck is on the far side corner as Omaha starts the rush from left to right in those cream tops. Hunsaker up to Huppy as the co-captains collide. They're looking for Hoffman on the far side wall, who already has one goal tonight. The puck leaks out to the point. Voorhees with the shot. That one blocked aside by Lance Medina. Medina now flicks it up and out of the zone. Omaha gets possession of that puck at neutral ice. Huppy leaves it for Cassiopo. Makes a move around one man. Now sends it forward to Hunsaker. The Jayhawk fans in attendance calling for too many men as Cassiopo carries in, sends a shot on to Mitch Miles, the only senior on this Jayhawks team. Hunsaker tried to step in front of that pass along the blue line, but the Jayhawks were able to get it out to neutral ice. Now Jack O'Loughlin on the intercept. Sends it shallowly into the zone. Kansas able to play it out there. Quickly in from Caleb Dusso is Tyler Nelson. Nelson circles the cage on the backhand, holding his stick with one hand and looping the zone. Now to the top of the circles and the top of the point. He gives up to Zach Schubert. Schubert, the only Nebraska native, sends a shot on to CJ Tate, who makes his third save of the game. It's back out to the point for Schubert. Schubert played it down low along the wall where a battle ensues for it. Back out to the point. A shot by Schubert. That one never made its way to Tate. It's down in the corner for Wesley Sikora, who's wearing number 8 in honor of Greg Sachs tonight. He rings it around the board for Connor Zolak, who gets it out to neutral ice before getting a line change. Zach Schubert sends it on up ahead, carried in by Travis Breyer. Breyer along the far side, sends it towards CJ. Two great saves, but the third one goes in. And Kansas has tied the game at 6:18 of the first period. The goal from guess who? Tyler Nelson, who nets his 24th goal of the season for the Jayhawks. And we are all tied. Face off, and that's quickly up into the netting in the Jayhawks defensive zone. As it's Nelson from Travis Breyer at 13:42 of the first period to tie this game up at 1. And the face-off to start us off. It's Mercier to Kozel in front. The two could not connect. Kansas takes it out as Luke Nessa sends it out ahead. It's played on into the zone by John Feeney. Back out to the point. Kept him for a moment, but here comes Kozel to a side on the rush. Kozel shoots, and it's into the glove of Mitch Miles. Miles out of Littleton, Colorado, makes the glove save. It's his 10th of the game, and it stops play here with 5:49 to go in a 1-1 contest. Omaha got the scoring started just 5:12 into this one with a goal from Zach Hoffman off the assists from Mercier and Huppy. Just recently, Tyler Nelson tied it up for the Blue Jays, and we stand at 1-1, nearing the end of the first period. Kansas gets the puck out to neutral ice. Carrying it in is John Feeney. Feeney holds, shoots, and it's into the glove of CJ Tate. Tate getting the start here. He's 4-3-2 through 12 games this season. Boasting an .889 save percentage this year, Tate played his high school hockey for Omaha Metro North in the Omaha High School Hockey League. The high school league plays a lot of their games right here on this ice, especially during weeknights. So Tate very familiar with the creases, posts, and pins of Baxter Arena. Carrying the puck in now is Jack Gerber. He had it played off of his stick by Wesley Sikora, who will take it out the other way for the Mavs. Koza brings it on in, holds, shoots. It's off the stick of Miles and on the far side wall. Here comes Kansas the other way. Making a move around one man and bringing it in is Michael Fantoni. He couldn't get his shot on target. It's sent around the boards and back up to the point by where it's picked up by Zach Roberts. Roberts scoops it down low. It's intercepted and out to the slot. Quick shot on, and Tate makes the save. High off the glass and out of the zone, thanks to Jack O'Loughlin. It'll be dumped quickly back in by Blake Hearn, and the Jayhawks will go for a change. Jace Paul to Hoffman, and the Mavericks will start the breakout. Huppy tried to make a move around one man, then lost the puck. Hazel and Hoffman combined to get it back for a moment, but it's turned back quickly the other way by Travis Breyer. Breyer makes a move around one man, now tries to center it. Great body play by Hoffman to keep that puck from, or keep that Jayhawk, I should say, from getting a shot on net. Now quickly centered again. Great stick by Tate to ramp that one out of danger. It's out to the point. Another shot on by Breyer. That one right of the cage. Under 4 minutes to play now as Creighton, or Kansas I should say, applying the pressure. Omaha able to send that puck the length of the ice. Sebastian Cassiopo, the first one to it. He can't hang on to it and throws a Creighton defender down to the ice. What a big hit by Cassiopo, the freshman out of Creighton Prep. Back the other way come the Jayhawks. Breyer on up to Dussault. Dussault trying to center it. No one was home as the Mavericks. Great job defensively of not letting the Jayhawks get any bodies in front of the slot. It's along the near side wall and back up to the point for Zach Schubert. Schubert played his high school hockey for West Side here in Omaha High School Hockey League. May have played against Tate a couple of times in the meetings between West Side and Metro North. Bodies starting to fly all around with the physicality ramping up, and the crowd is loving it here at the Holland Ice Center as we are under 3 minutes to play. And Camden Voorhees tried to kick that one along the far side wall. Kansas able to keep it in at the point. Nessa tried to send his shot on. That one blocked aside by Jack O'Loughlin. Delayed penalty coming up on Omaha as Griffin Barker's stick goes flying across the ice. Barker was standing in the slot. His stick ended up right at center ice at the O logo. And heading to the box, the culprit of all that, Camden Voorhees. As for 2 minutes of these final 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first period, Omaha will be on the penalty kill, their first of the game. After the penalty to Voorhees. So officially at 17-18. Voorhees is off to the box. Slashing the call as Creighton gains possession off of the draw. It's out to the point. Kansas, excuse me. And the puck sent down low. Picked up by Dussault on the far side wall. He sends it back up to the point. Quick shot. That one blocked by Mercier. Possession regained by Feeney. Feeney gives up to Nelson. Nelson tried to steer a shot on. That one went wide of the cage. Feeney sends it down low. Along the near side wall, pressured by Troy Hunsaker. He collides with two Jayhawks. It's picked up by Nessa, who tried to send it out front. It's out of the zone. 1 minute and 5 seconds remain on the penalty to Camden Voorhees. Bringing it back in is Nelson. Already a goal in this one as he's pinned up against the wall by Hunsaker. The Mavericks able to clear that puck out. Great defense from Hunsaker there. Able to body Nelson off the puck. And Sikora able to clear that puck the length of the ice. Walking back in is Brett Siddons. Siddons with a shot. That one right of CJ. And it will go all the way out to neutral ice. Nelson has to bring the puck back in under 30 seconds on the first man advantage of the game for the Jayhawks. Omaha 0 for 1 on their power play chances tonight as we are under a minute to play in the first period of a 1-1 game. It's out to the point for John Feeney. Feeney gives to Nelson, back to Feeney at the top of the zone. Down to the near side circle. Dussault was trying to send a pass to the slot. It leaked out to the point. That shot never found its way to Tate. Omaha back to full strength with 38 seconds to go in the frame. Medina sends that one behind the cage. It's to Nelson at the far side corner. He circles back up towards the point before giving out to Medina again. He sends one left of the cage. Tracked down by Dussault along the near side hash marks. Back up to the point. A quick shot. That one tipped a couple of times, but CJ still made the save. 15 seconds to go in the frame. Sounds like Omaha, the NCAA Mavericks, have scored on the main ice. They're up by 3 with 2 minutes to play. We're at a tie game after 1 period of play as Hoffman with the first goal for Omaha at 5:12 to make it 1-0 for the Mavericks. It was answered at 13:42 by the Jayhawks' Tyler Nelson, and that's where we stand after 1. It's 1-1. Shots in the frame for the Mavericks, 12, and for the Jayhawks, 13. We'll be right back here with you for period number 2 from the Holland Ice Center at Baxter Arena. You're listening to the UNO-ACHA Mavericks on YouTube. Check. Test 1, 2. Check, check. Test 1, 2. Back with you for period 2 of this ACHA matchup between the Kansas Jayhawks and your Omaha Mavericks. We're even after one with a score of 1-1. After Omaha opened up the scoring with a goal from Zach Hoffman, his 24th of the year with assists from Logan Mercier and Ryan Huffey. That put the Mavs up 1-0 until Tyler Nelson, the leading scorer for the Jayhawks, netted his 24th of the season at 13:42 to bring us even. That's where we are after 20 minutes of play. As alongside Caleb Bennett, Jackson Roberts, I'm Nate Obrecht. set with you for period 2 from the Holland Ice Center at Baxter Arena, where the NCAA Mavericks defeated the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs in Game 1 of the series by a score of 5-1. That game just getting wrapped up. That's why you see the blue and red police lights flashing outside. No, it's not Jayhawk tailgaters. Those folks have all came inside as we are surrounded by blue and red to start the second period. The teams eerily similar records when tied after one. Kansas 2-5 when knotted up after the first frame as they send a shot up off the glass behind CJ Tate and up into the netting. Omaha with a record of 2-3-2 with 2 overtime losses when trailing after one. Over to our left, behind the Kansas goaltender, Mitch Miles, the Maverick Maniacs have joined us after spending their last 2.5 hours in the 78,000-seat arena, or 7,800-seat arena behind us called Baxter. Quick shot. That one's saved by Tate. Another one from a sharp angle. That one might have been shot below the red line by Dussault. It went off the end of the cage. Back out comes Hunsaker for the Mavericks. Hunsaker tried to make a move around the defense, then it's a quick shot from Howell at the point. Glove down by Miles. The signage behind Miles says "Protect Our House." It's got a picture of Baxter Arena with the Holland Center lit up. The Holland Center is quite lit up tonight, I might add, with all of the spectators in attendance. Filling up the stand is now wrapping along the boards on the Mavericks attacking end. Quick shot off the draw by Hoffman. That one off the leg of a defenseman. Huppy sends it back out to the point for Paul. Quick shot. Blockered away. Hoffman on the rebound. Couple of whacks at it before it's into the corner and the Jayhawks gain possession. Out of the zone comes John Feeney. He'll send it back to regroup, and the Jayhawks get it to neutral ice. And now into the zone comes Luke Nessa. Nessa with a shot. That one blocked down by Paul. Here comes Hoffman the other way. Stick checks denied. Hoffman takes a shot. That one off the leg pad of Miles and into the corner. Digging for it there is Hoffman as he collides with a couple of Jayhawk defenders. Mercier tried to steer that one to the center, but it goes out to the slot, or to the neutral ice. The puck kicked as Nessa was trying to get off the ice for the Jayhawks. He kicked that one right by the Honey Baked Ham advertisement there. Offside, and we'll have a face-off in front of that Go Mavs sign that has seen its fair share of pucks rattle up against it in the 8-year history of this beautiful building. Face-off, won by the Jayhawks, and they'll send it down into the attacking zone. Omaha gains control in their own end zone. Out with it comes Fories. He tried to flick it on ahead to Hunsaker. Then the sides collide. Cassiopo finally comes up with it. Gives it up to Hoffman. Hoffman takes a shot. That one's off the glass behind Miles. Steering it back in is Zolak. It's sent all the way around for Sebastian Cassiopo, who gives it back to Hoffman on the opposite corner. Hoffman turns, shoots. It's wide of the cage. Keeping it in at the line is Fories before he falls down. Cassiopo tried to center it to the slot. It gets behind the cage, and the Jayhawks will gain possession. Kept in at the line by Hunsaker for a moment. Now poked out by Fantoni. It's on up ahead to Gerber. Gerber makes a move around the man. It's over to Medina, and it's in. No chance for Tate there. As Gerber fed it over to Medina on the one-time. Medina gets his 6th goal of the year to go along with 6 assists and now has 12 points. As Rock Chalk Jayhawk rings out at 17:31 of the second period, and KU has their first lead of the game. At 2:28. The goal from Medina, assisted by Gerber and Feeney. Through 4 meetings, Omaha has never beaten the Kansas Jayhawks. KU is 4-0. Omaha came as close as they ever have earlier this year when they lost in overtime to the Jayhawks by a score of 5-4. Icing was waved off as Omaha gains possession in the neutral zone. Wesley Sikora walks in, shoots. That one's over the cage. Goes around the boards, and Kansas comes out with it. Out the other way, Tyler Nelson. Thick move around one man, now dances around Tate, and it's in. Nelson with his second goal of the game. Now 25 on the year for the prolific scorer from Pleasanton, California. Made a toe drag around the defender before cutting it back across the crease and putting it behind C.J. Tate for his second goal of the game. As after a 1-1 start to the game through 20 minutes, these opening 3 minutes and 33 seconds have been all Kansas. Forings dumped down on the end wall, and that's going to be a holding penalty coming up on the Jayhawks, much to the pleasure of the Mavericks crowd here, clad in black and crimson. As 3:51, Kyle Mead is off to the box for holding. And the face-off. One in control by the Mavericks. Hunsaker along the boards. Couldn't keep it. And the Jayhawks are able to clear it the length of the ice. Mead, who's off for holding, played his high school hockey for the Kansas City Stars just 2.5 hours down the road from us here. Down I-29. The Jayhawks get the puck in their own zone and send it the length of the ice on the penalty taken by Mead for holding. 1 minute and 20 seconds remain on the Mavericks' second power play. They're 0 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. Zolak takes the puck, moves around one defender, and picks the puck back up behind the net of the Jayhawks. It's out to the point. Play down low to Forries and back up to the point for Hunsaker. Hunsaker moves all the way down low before turning back towards the point to Forries. Along the far side ball to Cassioko and back again. Shot that's saved by Mitch Miles. It's to the corner for the Jayhawks. But the Mavericks keep pressure on with 40 seconds. Zolak delivers a huge hit and the puck is free. Kansas first to get to it. They'll smack it all the way down, where Hoffman will have to retrieve it in his own end with 30 seconds to go on the power play. Into the zone comes Omaha. Hoffman looking for the stick of Huppy. It was just wide. Howell sends down low to Huppy and along the end wall to Hoffman. Hoffman circles back up to the point, trading places with Kozel, who will now take the puck. Kozel shoots and it's off the right post. It leaks back out to the point where Hoffman takes another shot. That one over everybody. Kansas gets to it, sends it out, and they're back to full strength. In steps Tyler Nelson. Centered out to Dussault. Shot, saved by Tate. He doesn't know where it's at. Gloved down by Nelson. Pressured off the puck by Howell. He'll bounce it off the far side corner in his own zone, turning against the back wall before giving it up to Kozel, to Huppy, and the Mavericks clear the zone. Omaha 0 for 2 on a penalty kill tonight as they have iced the puck with 13:45 to play in a 3-1 game. The faceoff comes back to the left of C.J. Tate. This is his third appearance in net against the Jayhawks. It's his second start. The pass set all the way up for Huppy. He's the first one to it. Icing negated. Huppy traps it along the end wall. Knocked down hard by Zach Roberts, who flicks it up towards the hash marks. Dug out by Nelson, who will get it to neutral ice, but it's sent quickly back in by Fories. Picked up once more by Roberts. Up to Nelson, and they'll start the rush. Nelson walks in, centers it to do so, and it's off the back wall. Out to Hoffman. Sent up ahead for O'Loughlin, who gives to Mercier. Mercier walks in, 1-on-2, takes a shot. That one blocked by Walsh, who was down on a knee. It's out to the point for Hunsaker. Sends it off the wall to O'Loughlin. Down to the far side corner for Mercier. Mercier fakes like he's going in front of the net. Goes behind it. Loses the puck. It's out to the slot for O'Loughlin. Couldn't get a shot off. Great defense there from the Jayhawks. And it's sent off the wall to Tyler Nelson once more. Nelson sends a shot towards the net. CJ makes a quick couple of saves there, as crashing in on the rebound was Jack Gerber. Tate got a glove on that one as well. Omaha back on the attack. In the offensive zone, it's Zolak. Sending it out in front to O'Loughlin. The shot was just left of the cage. The Mavericks track it down along the near side wall. Kansas wins possession and is able to flick it out to neutral ice. It's picked up there by Camden Fories. He was looking for the stick of Zolak, but it was intercepted by the Jayhawks. Back the other way comes Kansas. It's picked up by Jack Gerber after some contesting in the neutral zone. Now, big hit. Duso was trying to take out Cassiopo. Couldn't do it. And the Mavericks have the puck in the attacking end. Hunsaker turns and sends that one into the near side corner for Zolak. Zolak will cycle it to Hunsaker. Hunsaker back in the end zone. Now circling out to the top of the zone. Gives it to Sikora, who sends a shot towards Miles. That one covered up with 11:33 to go. Shots are 20-19 in favor of the Jayhawks, as they have jumped out to a 3-1 lead after we went to the first intermission tied at 1. They win the faceoff here in their own zone and carry it out from left to right. Pass off the boards to Medina. He sends a shot towards Tate that CJ covers up. Medina right now would have the game-winning goal if the game ended right this second right now. The first goal was scored by Tyler Nelson, and the third goal was scored by Tyler Nelson. Medina had the second one for Kansas as they win the draw and gain possession in the attacking end. It's out to the point for Travis Breyer, who was looking for a shot. Now we'll send it across the ice, across the slot. It's picked up by Lance Medina. Medina, backhand behind the cage. Lost the puck there, and Matthew Howell will circle around C.J. Tate's net before taking it out of the zone. It's loose in the neutral zone, but swept back in by Michael Fantoni. The Jayhawks will go off for a change as Jace Paul banks that one off the glass and out of the zone. Kansas forced to retreat. They'll pick the puck up. Trying to start that one in again, but Jace Paul intercepts. And now we're going back and forth. Luke Nessa had it played off of his stick. Mercier couldn't keep a hold of it. Back the other way comes Kansas. Nesta along those curling circles. Now tries to center it. It's off of his stick. Out to the point. Quick shot by Blake Hearn. That one left of the cage. Wesley Sikora gets to it. Clears it to the point. Shot by Zach Roberts. Blocked out of Kozel. Shin pads. Back the other way comes Kozel. He tracks it down into the corner, sends it to nobody out in the slot as the Omaha was going for a change. The other way comes Brett Siddons. He's 2-on-1 with John Feeney. Siddons to Feeney, back to Siddons. It was off of his stick. He couldn't get the shot off. And the shot, it never got on to C.J. Tate. Omaha with possession now as Hunsaker sends it up to Mercier. Mercier quickly slaps it behind the cage before going off for a change. Kansas will regroup behind their own net. Out the other way with it and bodied up the puck was Kyle Mead. Voorhees picks it up in his own end before being aggressively taken off the puck by Brett Siddons. Here comes Hoffman for Omaha. He shoots, and it's off the shin pad of Van Heerden. It ramps up along the glass as the teams battle for it. Kozel steered one towards the net. That one just right of the outstretched pad to Mitch Miles. Here comes Kansas. Loose, Van Heerden sends it up ahead for Kyle Mead. Mead shoots. That one's off the end wall. It rings along the near side for Kozel. Kozel cross-check from behind. No call coming there. It's out to Huppy. Another hit. That one takes out the official. He gets up as Kozel walks in. Kozel to Huppy. Huppy on the backhand and a great save by Mead. Miles. It's still the Mavericks with possession. Kozel tried to center it in front once more. He regains possession along the far side corner. Back to Hoffman. Now to Huppy. Down low to Kozel. He couldn't keep a stick on it. It's picked up by Cole Walsh. Walsh had it played off of his stick by Hoffman. Hoffman to the slot for Zolak. His backhand shot went behind the cage. Here's Kozel in the near side corner. Kozel, sharp angle shot. That one off the right side of the cage. Now it's Hoffman with a shot. That one ramps off the stick of Van Heerden. Along the far side wall and now back behind the net. Kansas gains possession, but Hunsaker keeps it in at the point. Gives to Hoffman, who circles into the slot. Holds, shoots. That one left of the cage. Hunsaker keeps it in, now goes low before giving out to Zolak at the top of the circle. Zolak holds, gives it down low to Kozel. Kozel to Hoffman. Hoffman stops, out to Zolak. Zolak digging for it still, now taken out after the whistle. And a scrum will ensue with 7:34 to play in period 2. The crowd applauds the effort there of the Mavericks on that last shift. A lot of chances for the Black and Crimson. And they are rewarded with a face-off in the attacking zone. They're down 3-1. The face-off won by Kansas. Zach Schubert out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Played his high school hockey for the West Side Warriors. As going down awkwardly behind the plate is Travis Breyer. Breyer down behind the play. Not sure what happened there as the trainer out to meet him. Breyer is up and skating on his own power. He'll stay on the ice and shake this one off. Not sure what happened there behind the net of the Jayhawks. But going down awkwardly behind the net there was Travis Breyer. Right off the face-off. And the face-off starts us off. Breyer skated off on his own power. They wouldn't let him stay on the ice, though he was persisting. Omaha gains possession. It's Zolak taking a shot there. That one off the defenders. He tried to pass it out to Cassiopo. And it's taken back the other way by Kansas. Into the zone, Caleb Dussault gives it up to Tyler Nelson. Zolak plays it off a Nelson stick, and it goes all the way down where Miles has to track it down. It's out to Jack O'Laughlin. O'Laughlin takes a shot. That one off the pad of Miles. It goes all the way out to neutral ice. Hunsaker there to meet it. It gets only as far into the Jayhawks zone as Zach Roberts before being sent back into the Mavericks end. Here comes Omaha from right to left. It's Mercier sending a pass up to Cassioppo. Too far for his stick. Mercier tracks it down. Fans on the shot. Pressured off of it by Ducio. And Kozel with one. That one got lost for a minute by Mitch Miles. It hit his pad and went straight down, and he had to pounce on it and cover up with 6:15 to play in the second period. Omaha getting good looks as of late after starting the period with two quick goals before the 5-minute mark of the second period. Omaha had gone from a 1-1 game to seeing themselves trailing by 2 off the goals from Medina and Nelson. Kansas gains possession in their own end, skating from left to right in those royal blue tops, matching the New York Rangers style. They skate in. It's Jack Gerber, leaving the puck in the near side corner for Michael Fantoni. Fantoni out to the point. Fan of the shot was Zach Schubert. Schubert, the Nebraska native. Bodied off the puck there by Wesley Sikora. Sikora going to get a call. And he will skate off. Sikora wearing the number of Greg Sachs tonight. Hoping that that penalty may be credited to Greg. As back on the power play for the second time tonight are the Jayhawks. They are 0 for 1 this evening. The faceoff won by Kansas as Nelson circles the top of the zone, giving it up at the point and gets it right back. Now spins along the far side wall and works his way in. He gives back up to the top for Feeney. Feeney down low, sends a shot towards Tate. It's loose in front. Cassioppo digs it out to the corner, clears it to the point. It's kept in by Feeney. Feeney with a shot. That one patted away by Tate. Picked up again by Tyler Nelson. Nelson to Feeney at the top of the zone. Back to Nelson, who will dance with it for a second before sending it towards CJ, who will cover up. 1 minute and 18 seconds left on the penalty given to Wesley Sikora. CJ doing his job. 21 saves on 24 shots. Now the penalty given to Sikora for roughing at 14:21. Putting Kansas back on the power play. Omaha 1 for 1 on the kill tonight. Offside called as the fans were running the penalty. John Feeney, in an effort to try to keep that puck in the zone, dove at it, taking out the legs of Camden Fories. Cam got up. Apparently the puck went out, and it was brought back in offside. Kansas wins the draw here on the power play for another minute and 7 seconds. It's carried in by Brett Siddons. Siddons gives up to the point for Feeney. It's down low to Siddons again as the Maverick fans cheer. A big collision at the point. And Omaha able to send that puck the length of the ice. 45 seconds remaining on the penalty to Wesley Sikora. Carrying it up the ice the other way is Tyler Nelson. From left to right, coast to coast. He sends one off the right side of the cage. The battle ensues there before Hunsaker is able to get to it and send it all the way down. Mercier on the chase for the Mavericks. Will track it down in the end zone. He's the first one to it. Battling with 2 Jayhawks there. Centers it out in front. That one just high of the cage as Kozel had a good stick on it. Mercier with it once more, looking to send it to the slot. That one steered out and will go all the way back into Omaha's end with 10 seconds to go on the penalty. Hunsaker gives it to Howell as a delayed penalty coming up on the Jayhawks. Omaha sends it the length of the ice. Whistle blown on the icing, even though there's still a second left on the Mavericks power play. Icing called on the Mavericks. A penalty coming up on the Jayhawks. Mercier, a ref in his own right, asking linesman Joe Lozier why the faceoff would be at neutral ice or why there's even a faceoff at all. The whistle happened with a second left on the Maverick penalty, and the Mavericks were the guys who iced the puck. This faceoff should not be at center ice. I can tell you that much. And Lozier indicating to his other linesman that, yes, this faceoff will be moved into the attacking end for Omaha. They'll start the power play in just a second. As the faceoff, won by the Mavericks, quick shot by Hoffman. That one left of the cage. Omaha full strength and on the power play. Their third of the game. They're 0 for 2 to this point as Kansas is 0 for 2 on their power plays. Hunsaker at the point. Now to Hoffman. Back to Hunsaker. He'll give it up at the far side. Quick shot by Kozel. That one off target. It's back to Hunsaker on the near side wall. He tried to center it to Mercier. Instead, it's to Howell. Mercier gets it behind the cage. It's out to Hoffman, who shoots. That one right of the net. It leaks all the way out. Kozel has to track it down. He sends it off the wall. It's intercepted. Jack Gerber walks in for the Jayhawks. Lifts the stick. Shoots again. CJ makes a great save as Omaha starts the rush. Here comes Hoffman with 1:06 to play on the man advantage. Holds, shoots, tracks down his own rebound. Couldn't get to it in front. And Kansas gets that puck and sends it out. CJ warning the defenseman Howell that there was a man incoming. He took the warning and got the puck out. Logan Mercier carries it into the zone along the near side wall. Mercier looking, sends it across. It's Troy Hunsaker in the far side corner. Poked off his stick to Kozel at the point. Huppy tracks it down, centers it to the slot. Mercier shoots. It's off the leg pad of a defenseman. Out to the point for Hoffman. Hoffman holds, shakes off a defender, now shoots high in the cage against the glass wall. The Maverick Maniacs are standing after the Maverick win on the main ice, 5-1 over the Duluth Bulldogs. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Mavericks. Hunsaker tried to keep that one in the zone. It's instead taken out, and the Jayhawks clear it all the way down. 2 seconds and 1 on the penalty to Siddons as they are back to full strength. Hunsaker carries it in, gives to Mercier, who shoots. That one partially blocked by Cole Walsh. The Jayhawks start with it the other way with 1:25 to play in the period. Josh Feeney leaves it back behind for Cole Walsh. Walsh tried to center it. No one was home for the Jayhawks as the Mavericks take it the other way. Ryan Huppy in with numbers. Shoots. Off the leg pad. It's leaked back out in front. It's the Kozel team! Andrew Kozel picked up the loose change in front off the initial shot from Huppy and buries it in to put the Mavericks within one on his 20th goal of the year. Kozel gets his 20th of the year off the rebound. as the crowd right back into it. We're under a minute to play in period number 2. Here comes Connor Zolak. Zolak holds, shoots off the shoulder of Miles, and Zolak taken down hard into the corner. Referee calling a penalty on Loose Van Heerden, and a scrum ensuing here. The penalty coming up on Van Heerden. Van Heerden also played for the Kansas City Stars along with Kyle Meade. Van Heerden going off, much to the delight of the Omaha crowd that is gathered here at the Holland Ice Center. With Lawrence, Kansas being so close, crowds from both sides have gathered en masse here. As at 1917, Loose Van Heerden, the pride of Pretoria, South Africa, going off for a hit on Zach Hoffman. The face-off, won by the Mavericks. It's out to the point for Matthew Howell. Howell holds, drops it back to Kozel, the most recent goal scorer for the Mavs, who got that proximal goal under a minute ago. It's out to the neutral zone. Kansas doing a great job on the penalty kill so far tonight as it's out to Tyler Nelson. Nelson walks in on the penalty kill. He's taken down by Huppy. The puck still loose in front. Picked up the loose change, and it's in. With 12.6 seconds to go in the period, the Jayhawks get a shorty. Zach Schubert played his hockey right here at the Holland Ice Center for the West Side Warriors. Picked up the rebound, and on the penalty kill, puts the Jayhawks back in front by 2. The Schubert clan drove 45 minutes up the road from Lincoln to watch their son, their family, play today in this game here, so close to home. They have started the Rock Chalk Jayhawk chant every time the Kansas crew has scored, as Mercier starts the rush off the faceoff after that last goal by Schubert. Seconds dwindling down in the second period, and that'll do it. Schubert from Nelson at 19:38 puts the Jayhawks up 2, and your score after 2, the Mavericks 2, the Jayhawks 4. You're listening to the UNO ACHA Mavericks on YouTube. Stay tuned for the third.